Look at that! Funny ball flipping around. Woohoo! Woohoo! Nice there though on the way down. Hi guys, welcome back to the RC store and my name's Ammo. Guys, on the table today we have got some power upgrades. Some raw LiPo high voltage power. That's right, we've got some new batteries here sent out by the courtesy of Hobby King. We're going to check these out. We're going to go for an unboxing. We'll do a bit of a test on these, check some resistance on them, and then we're going to head out and put these to the test. So without further ado, let's start off by checking out what we've got. So here on the desk we have got 4 batteries, and I believe I've got a 4S set and I've got a 6S set. So I'll crack on with the 4S set first. So just opening these up. So they come in a black plain box, so you guys are aware, and you do have a little warning sticker on there, but nothing else to look at. Now these, on the sticker, it does say they're shipped at 30% charged, so do bear that in mind upon testing. Now, like I said, these are straight out of the box. I've not opened these, etc. So I'll tell you exactly what they come with. And if you do want to purchase any of these, I will put an affiliate link in the description. And by you using that link, it does help support the channel and it helps us continuing bringing you fresh content. So here you get a little bit of a user guide. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to charge your LiPos by now. So you do get that with it, and the battery itself. So the battery itself comes completely bubble wrapped, pretty no frills. And here you've got the rapid pack. So this is an 8,400 milliamp LiPo high voltage 100C rated hard case battery pack. So it comes completely with XT90 connectors on there. You've got your balance lead. The balance lead itself is protected, which is a very nice touch. Now, I don't see many companies do that, and I've got a fair few batteries. It's got some nice clear shrink wrap on there, which is nice. And here it says genuine sticker. So there's a sticker here saying genuine sticker from Turnigy. So I'm guessing there may be some replicas of these floating around. But yeah, overall, looks like a great quality battery. Like I said, it comes with XT90 connector on there. And we're going to check out the second one we've got. Now, the reason why we want to check out the second one is because there are plenty of videos recently surfacing on the internet with people reviewing the Turnigy batteries, and some of them have got inconsistency on the leads. So we just want to make sure that these leads are all the same size. So the second pack's opened. This should give us some fantastic power for what we're going to use these on later on in this video. And I'll explain to you why I went for the high voltage batteries as well. So looking at the leads themselves, to be fair, they look exactly the same size as you guys can see there. And the balance leads, once again, same size. There's no real differences in shortage of leads on this particular pack. So far, so good. Right, over on the other hand, we have got some 6S batteries. I'm going to open them up as well. So the 6S box is exactly the same. You've got your warning sticker there. It says shipped at 30% charged, and that's about it. And then the UK dealer. So just so you guys are aware, Hobby King originally, when they used to trade back in the days, it was hard for them to get us batteries here in the UK at affordable prices. Now, by checking out that link, you can pick up some awesome deals from them. And they've also got a UK warehouse where they post out their batteries from. So delivery service is literally like next day, or I believe 48 hours, you have your items, which I think is absolutely fantastic. So this is the 6S pack. Once again, we are going to test all of these. We're going to check the resistance, etc. on these batteries and see what they're like. And we'll check whether they come balanced as well. So this is a mammoth of a pack. Now this is a Bolt X series Turnigy battery. Once again, high voltage, and this one I believe is 7,500 milliamp. So these are going to be great for argument's sake, me running on a 6S rig which will be absolutely perfect if I want to run one battery, providing your rig can take something that thick. Other options I've got with these are perfect as a 12S setup. Now, as you guys know, I run 5th scale cars as well. I've got a couple of 12S rigs. You've seen the most famous one that I love to use is my 12S ELT. These are going to be perfect for that. And the discharge on these are ATC rated. Now, one thing I have noticed straight away that I'm not entirely happy with, I'm going to be completely honest. Like I said, this is a honest review, is the wiring on this balance plug looks all over the place. So I just want to show you guys that there. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's see if I can unravel it. No, I can't. It seems that it's because the way the balance leads are, they're coming from different cells, and because they're so spread wide across, they're literally branching out. So what I suggest, just some feedback for Turnigy, is to maybe put some shrink wrap on there, just like they did on this one, and just protect it a bit. I think how much neater does that look in comparison to that? Right, let's open the next box and check that one out. There you go. Once again, this one looks a bit neater, and I guess it's the way the leads have been put on and then shrink wrapped. It looks a lot neater, that's for sure, but you can still see the wires are spread across. Now that's, I doubt it they can help that because the packs are so wide, but like I said, a bit of shrink wrap on there would have been a nice touch, just like the Rapid series batteries. But other than that, they look completely fine. They do have a genuine sticker on the back there. They do have a serial number, and they have some warnings on the back. So enough chit chat. Let's get the tester out and let's check what each cell value is on these, and we'll check the resistance on each cell value out the box before we head for our bash. So we're going to start off with the BLX Turnigy battery. So I've connected it up to my trusty Q6AC Toolkit RC charger. This charger is absolutely fantastic. I did do a video on the channel with this, to be fair. Absolutely amazing. So here, as you can see straight away, we're running on 23.9 volts. Here it shows you the individual cell levels. So you got 3.85, 3.85, 4. Yeah, 4, 6. It is fluctuating a little. And we've got 3.848, 3.85, 3.85, 3.85. So to be fair, these values are all very respectable. So let's check the resistance. So I've had to activate the charger just to show you guys the resistance. You can see the resistance there across the board. You've got 2.9 ohms, 2.9, 2.8, 2.8, 2.9, and 3.1. So very respectable once again, nothing crazy. The only one that's peaking with a bit of resistance is number 6 at 3.1. I believe a full charge and a rundown should rectify that, to be fair. Right, that battery's checked. Let's check the next one. So the second battery's connected. Check out the voltage on there. As you can see, I'm trying to get rid of this glare for you guys. Right, you got 3.8, 3.8, 3.8, 3.8, 3.8, 3.8. Absolutely perfect. Let's check the resistance. Right, resistance is different on this one. As you can see, you got 2.9, 3.2, 2.8, 2.8, 2.9, 2.9. Now, the higher resistance on this one is cell number 2 at 3.2 ohms. Like I said, nothing to worry about. It's not crazy. When I mean crazy, I'm like, it's not like 5-6 ohms. So we should be okay. Once this is fully charged and had a cycle for it, that should calm itself down. Next on the bench, the Rapid 8400 milliamp, a high voltage battery. So in terms of voltage, 3.8 across all 4 cells, absolutely perfect. In terms of resistance, 2.6, 2.6, 2.2, 2.3. I'm happy with that. Absolutely fine. Right, next one. Right, next one on the desk. Let's check out the battery voltage on this. You can see there 3.8, 3.8, 3.8, 3.8. Absolutely perfect. Let's check the resistance. So the resistance on these, as you can see, 2.5, 2.5, 2.2, 2.4. Once again, I'm totally happy with them results. So first impressions, so far so good. They seem to be balanced really well. There's very low resistance, which is perfect, just what we're looking for. Now let's go to where it really matters. Now, you guys have probably seen these videos before on these Turnigy batteries, so I wanted to do something a bit different. So, we're going to pull out the big 8S Kraton. That's right, the Kraton EXB RTR 8S. We're going to run that on 2 rapid packs, and we're going to see how much of a difference it actually makes. Now, how are we going to do that? We're going to run the Kraton 8S on my standard packs that I always use. We're going to run it on that. We'll do a bit of a field run. We'll put some figures in place. So I'll ring my GNS system out so we can do a top speed run across the grass field. We will then also do a 132 or maybe a 200 foot run and see what speed it achieves in that length of space. Now, the reason for that is it's going to allow you guys to see the actual initial burst and power and the punch the batteries actually give to the car in that amount of time. We all know that, yes, when you put high voltage batteries in a vehicle, you're going to gain that little bit more top speed, but being realistic, your car ain't going to go much faster than what it's geared for. So argument's sake, if your car's geared for 30 miles an hour and you put high voltage batteries in, yeah, you're going to see a bit more. You might see like 34 miles an hour, but you've got to take that into account. You're running higher voltage, so that motor's spinning faster. But it sort of ends there. But where it really counts is that acceleration or that burst of energy. Now, the reason why I'm taking the Kraton 8S out is 2 reasons. Number one, it's a big, heavy rig that requires a lot of power to push it. So it's really going to test the durability of these batteries. Also, if you run it at 132 feet or say 200 feet, argument's sake, we can test the older batteries and test these batteries out to see how much burst these new batteries actually give the car in that amount of time. Will it hit a higher top speed in that short period of time? Also, will the top speed be much different? So we're going to find out. Like I said, we're going to run it on 8S. We will do a separate video on the 6S batteries. We'll run them on a different vehicle and let's see how that gets on as well. So this video is going to be long enough already, hence I'm going to split this into 2 videos. So without further ado, let me pull up the Kraton 8S EXB RTR. And she's out. I have not used this thing in some time, and I completely forget how big and heavy and monstrous this actual car is. So it's going to be the perfect vehicle to test these tiny little batteries. So I'm here on location with the ARRMA KRATON 8S EXB RTR. Now, this was a perfect rig of choice to conduct this test. Simple reason being, it's so big and heavy, it really needs some power to get it moving. Now, I've come to this location. Excuse the wind, it is very windy today. We have had loads of rain, so the ground is wet and it has been extremely windy over the past couple of days. What we're going to do is run this on my old battery packs, which I will show you just in a second. As you can see in there, they are Turnigy batteries. They are the Red Rapid series. They are, I believe, 140C discharge. However, don't let that fool you. So I was running in this car originally some Centrio ATC batteries. Now, them ATC batteries, I ain't gonna lie, performed a lot better than these Turnigy batteries, and they were my go-to batteries until one decided to puff up. So I went and basically had these spare, and I've been running these ever since. But what I've noticed is these don't have as much power. Though they're 140C rated up against an ATC rated battery, the ATC one looked like it had more power. So I have got the new Turnigy batteries with me, the Rapid series, the orange ones, like I've shown you at the start of this video. And we're going to try them second to see if they are actually better than these. Now, they are 100C rated. So what we're going to do is connect these up. I'm going to go for a bit of a GPS speed run from that end of the field, and I'll run it probably down to the bottom and then come back. We'll see what sort of speed it achieves. That's more than long enough to basically get top speed on grass. After we've done that, then we'll probably run the car for like 132 feet. Let's see what sort of times this pulls on 132 feet, which will give us a fair benchmark up against the next set of batteries. What we're also going to do is, there is a big mound here. We're going to see how well it climbs up here and jumps, how far air it gets, and let's see if we can get a backflip out of it on the stock batteries that I'm running, and then see the comparison to the new batteries. That will give you a real life scenario answer to see if the new Turnigy high voltage packs are actually any good. So we've got the GPS set up here. I'm going to put it onto track. I'm going to start that just to make sure it's all running. Yeah, it's all running. Let's get into a bit of a speed run and let's see what this thing can actually pull. So I'm going to go right to the bottom here. Right to the bottom. Now, like I said, I do feel that these batteries do lack a lot of power, to be fair. Hence, I needed something new. Whoa, flipped it. Didn't quite get a backflip there, but it did flip. I did get full throttle running all the way down. All right. I think we're going to go for one more, and just to give it a fair test. So going all the way to the bottom. That's full throttle all the way. Coming on full throttle. Whoa, headed for myself there. I had to brake. Let's see what that's pulled on the GPS. So I've got the GPS just behind me here. I'll stop that there. I'll press read. All right, it's pulled 45 miles an hour. So keep a note of that, and we'll see what it pulls on the next batteries. However, before we do that, let's see what it does on 132 feet. Set this up, put it on drag. 132 feet. Right, start it. There we go, that's better. All right, that should have pulled it. Let's see what that's pulled in terms of time. I will run this, give it 2 chances, which I think is more than enough in the field. It'll give you a rough idea. So let's see what it pulled at that time. So stop the GPS, read that, 3.14. Right, I'll give it one more go and let's see what it pulls second time. So it's all set up on drag, 132 feet. Let's see what it pulls this time round. Oh, this time round it just wanted to wheelie. All right, it's probably not going to be better than the last run, but I think the last run was pretty much perfect. Brought it back, stop the GPS. Right, 420. So we're going to go with the first reading of 314. Right, that's that conducted. Let's see if we can get a backflip out of it. Right, in order to get a backflip out of this, I'm going to run it from that end of the field. I'm going to come shooting down. Let's see how it goes with the air. To be fair, I will back out of it if it's not enough clearance and I feel that it's going to bail on me. I will back out of it, but let's give it a fair chance. Right to the bottom. Right, shooting back down, remembering to leave enough throttle to get a backflip in. Nope, just not got it. Right, I think it's time to change up the power, and what we're all here for, let's see if the new batteries are any good. Showing you the 2 batteries side by side. As you can see, these are rated at 140C. These ones are only rated at 100C. However, these are 8,400 milliamp, they're 5,500 milliamp. These are high voltage, these are standard voltage. These did seem like they were lacking a bit of power. Once it warmed up a bit, it did give it some oomph and it started wheeling. But I've always thought these sagged, to be fair. In terms of balancing, etc., everything reads fine on these. So there's no issues with the actual battery, they just ain't got enough power. So let's see if these new ones can do the trick. Battery's all in. Time to set up the GPS. I'm going to set it up on track. I've got 12 satellites. Press start on that. Just make sure it's all working. It's all reading. Right, I'm going to do exactly the same run. Go to the bottom, back this way, and then back up and see what it gets. All right, seems slightly spicier. All right, let's see what it does. Whoa, wheeling down. Right, that bit didn't feel too impressive, to be fair. Right, go back. But I guess the GPS will test and tell us. Full throttle. Some nice air there, to be fair. That was nice. Right, let's see what it pulled on the GPS. I was worried about my phone, to be fair. Right. Alright, I'm gonna stop that there. So we need to beat 45. 48. So we got 3 more miles an hour out of it. Like I said at the start of the video, the gearing is the gearing and you're not going to get much more. But overall, 3 miles an hour better off. Now we're going to try and do a bit of a drag run, 132 feet. Let's see what it pulls. 132 feet, ready to go. Ease the throttle in. There we go. All right, bring it back. So 3.14 is what we need to beat. Stop that there. 3.11. So, though the C rating is less, so it's 100 C rated and the older batteries were 140 C rated, these new batteries are actually a lot more powerful. So there was just a rough, as you guys seen, 132 feet. I can try and get that time quicker, and I probably would. However, I just wanted to give you a rough idea. We have pulled 3.11 on the new battery, 3.14 on the old battery, and the top speed on this car is 3 miles an hour quicker with the high voltage battery. Right, time for a bit of a play. No, still ain't got it enough for a backflip off this mound. Some nice air though on the way down. No, just not enough power in it for a backflip. Not off this anyway. It will do it off a ramp like that, but just not off this. But so much fun. This is a big A-test rig, guys. Be aware of that. Sailing through the air. Now, if it was a 6S, that thing would do incredible backflips already. And if it was a Notorious, that'd be even more silly. Oh, nearly. I did have to bail out there though. Fantastic truggy, to be fair. Like I said, it's been some time since I've had this out. For a hell of a bash. GPS lost, wheeling down the field. No way. See if I can get that wheelie on the way back. Oh, flipped it. Oh, bailed. Right, going for some airtime. Oh, nice, well executed. That was quite high, to be fair. All right, let's try that again. Oh, backflip. It backflip, didn't quite land it, but guys, a big rig like that, absolutely executed a backflip. I was more worried about this tree stump, to be fair. It landed in between. Don't just bash, blast. Woohoo! Seems like them high voltage batteries are really woken up now, to be fair. The more warmer they've got, the better they perform. Look at that. Completely different car. Look at that, bunny hops. This is acting like the 6S. Bringing it back around. Woohoo! Absolutely wild. Yeah, more than happy with them. There you go, guys. Absolutely incredible. Them batteries did make the world of difference. As you guys seen, first of all, the results, as you guys noticed, as the packs warmed up, them things became incredible. This thing is a heavy rig, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to test it on this rig. We got a backflip out of it. We managed to wheelie down the length of the field. That's absolutely amazing. On the old Turnigy packs, I never ever got anywhere near close to that, to be fair. I may have popped a wheelie now and then, but it was never holding a wheelie the way it did. Now, the only time it did that was on my old packs, which basically ballooned up and got destroyed a long time ago. So I'm absolutely buzzing that I've got some fantastic batteries. Guys, the proof's in the pudding. As you guys seen it, them high voltage batteries seriously do make an impact. Now, like I said to yourselves, if you do want to pick some up, there is a link in the description. Be sure to check that out. Absolutely amazing, great value for money, and overall makes your experience with your RC that much better. If you've enjoyed this content, please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to smash that notification button, and I'll see you in the next one where we'll be testing the 6S.